You are tuned on to Brit TV, a space where truth meets soul, where stories of the past breathe new life into the struggles of the present, where stories of grace meets with the grit of real life. This is where we are reminded to inhale hope and exhale faith. Today we reflect on the hymn Amazing Grace, not just as a melody, but as a testimony that God's grace can rewrite any story, no matter how bad the story is. Life often takes us through valleys that feels too dark to walk, storms that seems too fierce to survive, and guilt that weighs too heavy to bear. Yet in that very moment, the light of God's grace shines brightest. Apostle Paul reminds us in 2 Corinthians chapter 12 verse 9, my grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness. It is in weakness, in brokenness, and in regret that grace becomes more than just a word, but it becomes our lifeline. One of the greatest hymns ever written, Amazing Grace, was not born out of comfort, but out of life, completely transformed by this very grace. John Newton was not always the man who wrote hymns of faith. He was once a slave trader, living in sin, selfishness, and darkness. By his own words, he was a wretch, lost and blind. But one stormy night at sea, when his ship was about to sink, he cried out to God for mercy, and God answered. That night marked the beginning of his journey of redemption. Years later, having experienced the forgiving and transforming power of Christ, Newton wrote these words that continue to echo across generations. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. Dear friends, you may not be standing on a sinking ship in the middle of a storm, but maybe you feel like life is sinking under the weight of pain, regret, or uncertainty. Maybe your storms look like loss, or a broken relationship, or a battle within yourself that I can call battle of mind. But just as grace found Newton in his darkest moments, that same grace is available for you today. Romans chapter 5 verse 20 tells us, where sin increased, grace increased all the more. That means your past does not disqualify you. Grace is stronger to bring you out of that mess. Your present storm cannot drown you. Grace is deeper to reach out to you wherever you are. And your future is not lost, for grace is greater. The God factor in the race of man, grace. So when you hear the word of amazing grace, let them lift your soul. Remember that God's grace has the power to rewrite your story, to heal your wound, and to give you a song in the middle of your storm. Amazing grace. So today, you too can say, I was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. And as you walk into this new week, hold on to this promise in Hebrews chapter 4 verse 16. Let us then approach God's throne of grace with confidence, so that we may receive mercy and find grace to help us in our time of need. Grace is still amazing, and grace is still reaching for you right where you are. The grace of God, the God factor in the race of a man, grace is still available. Embrace that grace today and enjoy the amazing grace of God. Thanks for joining me today. I remain your friend Alice. Kindly subscribe to this channel so that you won't miss any episode. You can as well like this video, share and comment. I pray that the grace of God will find you and bring you out of that dark moment, out of that dark place, and bring you into a new life. Stay blessed.